Good morning. This Saturday, we are going to be making cinnamon rolls as a thank you to Kyle and crew over at the Clinton County Parks and Greenspace. So thank you for installing our story walk.
Yep.
We're going to be putting our first story in later on today and taking these treats out for them to try. So if you have extra time and you're looking for something to do, go out to the Moats Park and walk the trail and read the story. We're going to change that about 4 times a year.
Yeah.
So, all right. To get started, what you'll need are some basic ingredients. So we need all-purpose flour, 2 cups to start, and a little extra just to get the dough right. Then we've got salt, sugar, olive oil, 1 egg, milk, and active dry yeast. So, to start, you put your 2 cups of flour in. Miss Erin is going to be the stirrer.
I'm the stirrer today.
Sugar. That's a 1/4 cup of sugar. You can also use honey if you like. A teaspoon of salt. 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast. And a 1/4 cup of olive oil or melted butter. So you just want to stir that all together
Okay.
until it's incorporated, and then we'll add in the wet ingredients. So while she's stirring that, I'm going to heat up our milk. You want it to be about 120 degrees, which would be hotter than bath water. So I'm just going to put this in the microwave for a few seconds and then warm up the water. All right, so we've got a 1/2 cup of warm water and a 1/2 cup of warm milk. I'm going to pour that in, stir it together.
Okay. Stir, stir, stir.
You add your egg. Farm fresh egg. So now that's all stirred in. We're going to add another cup of flour to make it easier to handle. So I like to add a little more flour to make it more manageable inside the bowl before I put it on the table. So we're just going to get it a little easier to handle.
Okay.
So while I'm eating this, we're going to tell you a little bit about what we did this week out in the garden.
Yes. So this week, well, unfortunately this summer we had a big, large tree die. So we took that out and we replaced it with some shrubs. And so me and Miss Liz planted some shrubs out this week. We have a spirea bush, we have a butterfly bush, 2 hydrangeas, and 1 lilac bush. And we would love for you guys to come and check them out. They are in the backyard of the library on the west side of the building. And just watch out for stuff.
Anything unwelcome in the grass?
Yes, we have some friendly doggies that visit our grass, so just be careful of that. But, and we learned that we have very hard soil behind the library. We would try to dig, and it would be like we're digging into a rock, but it was just the soil.
Sometimes it was a rock.
Sometimes it was a rock and sometimes it wasn't.
Or a
but-
brick, or a
Yes,
pipe.
yes. We have lots of random things in our ground.
Yep.
Nails. Yep, that's fun stuff. But
Yeah.
they look pretty nice out there right now. We're glad it rained last night, so they got a nice shower. But you can also check out our children's garden. We laid some straw down to help hold in the moisture. We laid some mulch down also.
In the path?
And the paths, so you guys just follow, stay on the paths, and don't step on the plants. That would be great. And I'm trying to think, did anything new come up in the garden? You guys can see some beets.
We've got beets and peppers and cucumbers and lots of flowers. What else do we have in the garden this year?
You can still see our garlic. We have our garlic, we're probably gonna take that out next week because the leaves are starting to dry out. You don't want them completely dried out before you pick them, but you want at least the top third, I would say, dried out. before you pick it. So then we'll pick those next week and then dry them. And we're gonna do a fun take and make with that. So you'll be able to come and pick up a head of garlic and take it home and make garlic, I forget the name of it.
Garlic oil.
Garlic oil.
Like the dipping garlic oil for breads.
Yes.
Delicious.
So lots of fun
That.
stuff coming up.
We do. When you're done kneading it, it'll be smooth and elastic. And Miss Erin already prepped the bowl for me, so I'm just gonna roll it around in the bowl to fully coat the sides and the dough. And then we're gonna put a little bit of plastic wrap loosely over the cover, not tight, or you can use a towel that's nice and clean. You set it someplace warm for about 30 minutes to an hour until it is almost doubled in size, and then we'll explain the next step.
Yay! So we're back. We're gonna make the cinnamon paste that goes in the middle of the cinnamon rolls, and for that you need a half a cup of butter, softened. You need 1/4 cup granulated sugar, and all you're gonna do is combine these all together. So we're gonna add those in. Yep. A half a cup of firmly packed brown sugar. Yep, it's pretty firm. 6 tablespoons all-purpose flour, and 1 1/2 tablespoons ground cinnamon. And we're using a pastry cutter to mix it all together.
If you want a nice thin layer of the cinnamon sugar paste on your cinnamon rolls, then this will cover 2 pans of cinnamon rolls, not just 1. So when you're done, it'll be like a crumbly paste that you'll then crumble over your cinnamon roll dough, which we'll show you later. That has a little bit more to rise, so we'll be back. All right, so our dough is done rising for the first set. So we're going to take it out, and then we're going to press it out into about a 15-inch long rectangle. It doesn't matter how wide, but you want it to be wide enough to spread out your
Cinnamon
filling.
Your little yummy cinnamon filling. Cinnamon.
So online we have the recipe for this is under Ms. Liz's dinner rolls, and then the cinnamon roll adjustments are on the second page of that. You can use a rolling pin. I tend not to, but that's okay. You're welcome to use a rolling pin if you want. You want it to be about 15 inches long in a nice rectangle. You'll notice our dough is very yellow because we had farm fresh eggs, which were a wonderful donation. Once that is flattened out into a 15-inch rectangle, you just go ahead and put the desired amount of filling on top. Remember, this is our filling that we made earlier with brown sugar, butter, regular sugar, and cinnamon. You want to remember to keep one of your edges nice and clean for about an inch worth of that edge so that you can press it together at the end. Yep, so then we're just going to roll that along the long edge, roll it towards the other long edge.
Looking beautiful.
It should be nice and tight. And then, like I said, you've got the one clean edge you pinch together. And you do want to stretch out so that it's all, I don't know if you can see that, so that it's a nice flat end on each side. Once it's pinched, you press it down, roll it a little bit. And then, my favorite way to shape them or to cut them is by using some unflavored dental floss. So you just cut a piece. So we're going to pre-mark them. You can use a ruler if you want to be precise. So then you use those as your guide. You take your dental floss, you put it underneath the roll, and then you create an X over it and pull.
What? That is amazing.
And then you want to just dip it in the oil that's on your pan, because you have your pre-oiled pan ready to go. We've got all of our rolls in there ready to rise. So we're going to cover that with the piece of plastic wrap that we used earlier to cover it during the rise. This time we want that to be oiled. So either spray it with some cooking oil or rub some cooking oil on it, and then put the oil side down above your rolls. And that'll take at least a half hour to rise. You want them to be nice and fluffy when you put them in the oven. Once your cinnamon rolls are out of the oven, all nice and golden brown and slightly firm to the touch, you let them cool for just a few minutes. You want them to still be warm when you put the glaze on. So we've just made a simple vanilla glaze, and you just drizzle it on top. You can do patterns, you can put as much or as little as you want on those. So glaze them to taste. That's what I want to say.